Hi, so I've decided to do a video series on visiting Cape Town. Seeing as I'm currently getting ready for my 5th visit, I thought the timing was perfect. I'm going to do several short videos, and in each video I'm going to talk about something different. So this first video is going to talk about deciding to go to Cape Town, what time of year to go, and getting there. So the first thing people always ask me about Cape Town and South Africa is it safe? And what I will say is that nowhere in the world is completely safe. Things happen everywhere. But what I will say is that I have never ever felt threatened or uneasy in Cape Town or anywhere else that I've visited in South Africa. Like everywhere, you do have to be careful of things like making sure your bag's done up when you're in public places, making sure you don't flash your electronics or your money, so sensible precautions. Times of year to go. Now we always go end of November to mid-December, and for us that's the perfect time. It's just the start of the summer, so you're looking at temperatures sort of low 20s to low 30s, and coming from England that doesn't seem that great, but those temperatures in South Africa are so much warmer. It's a really nice time of year. Between 1 and 2 o'clock every afternoon you get what they call the Cape Winds or the Cape Doctor, and it's when the wind comes off the sea and it just cools everything down, so it is very, very rarely too hot to sleep at night. If you go in February time, I know it can be very, very hot, sometimes unbearable, and I think they have a really, really warm wind at times there, like a hairdryer wind. And then their sort of summer, or their winter, sorry, is May, June, or June, July, August time, and I know people that have visited during those times, and they have had some bad days where it's just been raining and miserable, but then they've also had some nice days where it's been like a British spring day. So I think that's also probably a really nice time to visit. And then spring, you're looking at September, October and beginning of November. Now I do follow a blogger called Nicole Eddy. Do check her out, her blogs are amazing. She's South African, and she vlogged around somewhere where we visit a really nice lagoon, and I have never seen it with all the flowers there, and the colours were amazing every time we go. It's very dry, but in springtime you've got all the flowers out, it looks very beautiful. So getting there. Now you can fly direct from London Heathrow, I think, with British Airways. Now it can be very, very expensive, so what I would recommend is flying indirectly. There are several ways to fly indirect. You can fly via Dubai. Personally, I wouldn't recommend that. 1, because I don't like Dubai, and 2, because it does make it a very, very long flight. Well, flight and travelling time. We did it the first year we went, and we ended up travelling for 26 hours. The better way I feel to do it is to fly from London Heathrow or London Gatwick to Johannesburg, and then from Johannesburg to Cape Town. I think it's something like 10 hours from London to Johannesburg, and then just under 2 hours from Johannesburg to Cape Town. So personally I think that's much better if you can't afford to go direct. Now when you get to Johannesburg airport, you will more than likely have to pick up your luggage and then check it in again. So you will probably be directed to people that will help you take your luggage upstairs and check it in. Now if you do that, I would be very careful with your money, because I do know of somebody who had his wallet open and a British £20 note was there, and he felt that he had to give it to the guy, and then he had several people around him also wanting a British £20 note, which is fine if you're happy tipping several people with British £20 notes, that's fine. But if not, then do make sure you keep your pounds out of sight, tip with rands, and be very strong that no, this is the tip that you're giving. When you get to Cape Town, you can either pick up a hire car. We always go with Avis. They've been brilliant with us, and we've always had, apart from the last time when we nicely got upgraded, we have always had little Volkswagen Golf or Polo, and most places you're going to go to around Cape Town and around the sort of Cape Town area, you'll be fine with a Golf or a Polo. It's only if you're wanting to do self-drive safari that you might want to look into a 4x4. However, you don't have to hire a taxi, you don't have to hire a car. You can get a private hire taxi from the airport. There is also a thing in South Africa called minibus taxis. Personally, I wouldn't recommend them because they do have their own set of rules for the road, and quite often not the greatest of rules. Personally, I wouldn't feel very safe in them, and I wouldn't feel happy recommending other people use them. There are also trains. I don't know about train from the airport, but again, I've had very mixed reviews about trains, so I would be a bit wary about recommending that. So that's everything I wanted to talk about in this video. So yes, Cape Town is safe, South Africa is safe, but obviously it's like anywhere in the world, there's some areas that are unsafe, but as a tourist, they're not areas that you would typically be visiting anyway. Like anywhere, make sure your bag's done up, don't flash your cash, don't flash your valuables, just be sensible and be aware of your surroundings. You can fly direct. If you can't afford to fly direct, then do look at stopping at Johannesburg instead of going all the way to Dubai and then to Cape Town. You can hire a car from the airport, or there's private hire taxis. And yeah, they'll get you from the airport to wherever you want to go. So my next video is going to be talking about where to stay in and around Cape Town and some of the places that I have stayed at. See you next time.